that leads perfectly into the next question.
Isn't it funny how all my answers lead into the next question?
It's
Unless you're coming in here bringing me a biscuit or something, don't come in.
another one that you got in trouble for was
Always get in trouble by the sound.
the guy asked you about full body workouts, and you sort of blew up. He was a genuine fan, and I was, but you sort of blew up because he said, "Oh, what about if I'm natural?" And when you're reading questions, just like if you're sending an email to someone, it's easy to get the emotions. Yeah.
Do I need emoticons in it, do I?
Yeah. But I mean, one of the reasons why you do get annoyed with the natural non-natural is because
Makes no fucking difference if you're natural or on drugs. You still got to train just as fucking hard. Taking drugs doesn't mean you can train any easier, or you're going to grow quicker, or you're going to grow whatever. You got to train just as hard, either on the gear or off the gear. If you were to do a full body workout clean, you still got to train hard, and it's still fucking hard to do a full body workout. If you were fucking totally loaded and you want to do a full body workout, it's still just as hard, and you're still going to be totally fucked doing it. So it makes no difference.
Yeah, and
Modicon.
Yeah, and like having so many fans, and I've had a sort of a small taste with the questions. Some are just completely rude that I never even let you ask you. And
you should ask me them ones. They're the ones I want to hear.
And people expect so much, and they expect so much of you. And
Jade can tell you, like even on when people write me questions on Facebook, I can read her some. They just go on and on. And Jade's like, I can't believe they ask it, and they expect so much from you. And like I said, you can't write a whole book back to them. You might just write them something simple, and they get fucking mad at you. But it's like I said, all they want. Hey Lee, I'm thinking of doing this. Can you write me out a whole diet? Can you write me out a training program? Can you do this and do that? Then if you ask them, say, listen, well, I really charge for that. They get all fucking insulted and fucking go off and do whatever. I'm thinking, well, that's how I make my living. I'm like, well, where do you work? Did you work in at JB Hi-Fi? Well, I want a new TV. Can I just come in and fucking take one? It's like whatever. It's like, I could be doing something. Even if I'm at the gym, I don't mind, because I can be training sometimes, get ready for a show, and people will ask me questions. I'll stop and talk because I've never been rude to people, but still people have to understand that's my job. If you're a lawyer and you're fucking standing there talking to the judge, and I walk in the courtroom and I yell out, hey Sam, I've got a question for you. I just got a fucking parking ticket. Can I fight it? While you're in the middle of a fucking closing argument.
Yeah.
That's your job. You just can't go and interrupt people sometimes. But that's the thing. I think bodybuilding is one of the sports where you're really accessible to the fans. I've always been very accessible to them, open to them. Sometimes Jade says I'm too open to them and too easy. And like I said, at expos, you go to any other sport, baseball, football in America, you'll never get as close as you can to the bodybuilders like you can in bodybuilding at expos and stuff. A lot of people push you away after a game. You'll see the LA Lakers and stuff, to go out a secret entrance and get on a bus and go somewhere. Even rugby players here are hard to get to. You want to talk to them, they've got people guarding them and pushing them away. So sometimes, like I said, we're too accessible, and then, like I said, you get shit for it and stuff like that. So I think people just take it for granted sometimes, and they expect too much. And then when you are truthful, they think you're lying. And then sometimes when you are being honest, they think you're a dickhead or something like that if you give an honest answer, because it's not the answer they want to hear.
Yeah. And also you try and explain to them.
Lunch bell.
One person will call you a legend, the next person will call you a dickhead, and then you mix the two up and get it around the wrong way, and you might give this guy a bit of a short answer, and you didn't mean it intentionally. You wouldn't say that to the guy's face if you met him and he was being polite.
Most people that ask me a genuine question and they're polite to me, I give them a nice polite answer and I'm polite. But if sometimes someone asks a silly question and I can tell it's a silly question, I'll just give a smart ass reply, which is just, like I said, in joke half the time. That's my sense of humour. I'll just give a stupid smart ass reply and joke around, and they get all offended by it. But I said in public I've never been rude to people, but if someone's rude to me or whatever, I'll give a funny answer type thing. So I've had people come up to me and say, Lee, can we take a photo with you? I just look at them straight face, I'm like, no, fuck off. Like, Oh, I said, no, I'm only joking. Come back here and take
Yeah.
a photo. So I just joke around that way. So, some people just get too, like I said, sometimes too, like I said, when people do ask a question, give them an honest answer. Sometimes, like you said, it's not the answer they want to hear. If somebody says, Lee, what do you think of how I look here and there? And I might say, well, you need to build this up, you need to build that up. I wouldn't compete yet, maybe give it more time. They're like, oh, well, such and such says I'm ready. So I was like, well, then why ask me? So, sometimes people just don't want to hear the truth. So if you ask me a question, I'm going to give you an honest answer. If you ask me in a rude way, I'll give you a smart-ass reply. So, simple as that.
Oh, and I don't think people understand like the amount of interactions you have each day, and also too how like some of the things they say about you are just totally wrong. And
I said I've had them say things about me, my family, everything. I just let it go by and I just laugh at it type stuff. So it's like, yeah, whatever. So,
yeah.
And if I do blow up about something, they're like, oh, look at that, roid rage. He's going off and saying stuff. But, nobody else would have people say stuff about, if some guy was out there and someone come along and was saying, I'd fuck your daughter in the ass and do this and do that rape her, I'm sure some other guy would sit back and just go, okay, that's nice. So anyone would blow up about that type of stuff. I don't really blow up about it, but I just sort of have a joke about it and make a smart comment back. But then I'm the arsehole. So.
Yeah.